You found the MFD Performance YouTube channel. Lock it in.
Viewers, my name is Matt, and this is my newly acquired Takeuchi TL8 that we just got in from the auction. As you can see, I have got some issues with her. First and foremost, I bought this thing without seeing it. We go through a couple machines here every couple months. Just a little side hustle thing going on here and working around the property here. On first inspection, I noticed that we've got a major leak going on here. That's not the end of the world. I think we could just replace all those seals in there. I've got those here. Besides that, the biggest problem with this machine is the starter was dead. You'd have to hit it a couple times to get it to engage. So I wasn't going to make a video about this thing, but I'm trying to save someone else the headache that I found myself in. On first inspection, you look at the starter, and it seems like someone's been beating the daylights out of it. And this was loose. This had no nut on the back of it, on the back of the Bendix over here. So that I kind of thought might have been the problem, but it's still intermittently working. The bad news, that starter is way in there. You can't even hardly see it. It's way up there. You can just barely see it at the end there. And that's all fine and good. That's not a big deal taking that off. The big problem was, you see all this tore up metal, and that's a nut on there. This nut, somebody ground it down, because I obviously had it stripped. It was probably full of dirt in there. They ground it down, and I unexpectedly and unwillingly put a socket on it, and it slipped and slipped and slipped. It's like, man, that sucks. You talk about your heart sinking into your boots. You know, that sucks. So I went ahead and grabbed an easy out. These are 14 millimeter sockets that basically everything on this machine is 7, 8, 12, and 14, and 17. But long story short, beat that easy out on there with with about 3.5, 4 foot of extension. And lucky enough, with a will and a prayer, that thing broke loose. Thank God, because otherwise I think the motor is going to have to come out. But in a perfect world, you guys won't have to worry about that. The key to success here is get yourself a blowgun and clean this whole area up really well, because there's no way to get to that from this side. It's way down in there. You still can't see it here. There's no way to get to that bolt, or the nut rather. The bolt on the bottom, that came out with no problem, but the nut obviously is the issue. But in order to get that starter out, you got to pull the hydraulic cooler and radiator. You got to pull the fan shroud. You got to pull the fan. You've got to pull the dipstick, pull the DPF mount or support rail here. There's an oil pressure sensor, at least that's what I think it is, way back in there that you take out. And I found that made it substantially easier to get the thing out. And your alternator and bracket assembly. Once you get all that out, it's really not the end of the world to get to it. But it certainly would have been nice if they just went ahead and put it over here. It's wide open over there. And especially if you have a machine that does not have air conditioning, it's even more open. But obviously engineers and mechanics have never seen eye to eye, you know, with items like that. So that's the only downfall that I'm finding with this machine, is it's a little bit tighter. I had a TL10, and that had a bigger engine in it. and there was a fair more amount of room in there. But aside from that, the rest of the machine is pretty solid. Idlers look good. Sprockets look good. Tracks are good. It's got the quick attach up there. All that looks great. Air conditioning works. Heat works. Besides that joystick and the starter, this is going to be a pretty solid machine. If you guys know anybody who wants this machine, or if you yourself wants this machine, shoot me a message or an email. My email will be below. Comes with a bucket. I've got some grapple attachments. I got some forks. I got all kinds of stuff and more if you had the interest in her. Yeah, so hopefully this video helps somebody who's in this predicament, because it does absolutely suck. But don't be too afraid of it. It's not the end of the world. It's not great. I've had some Bobcats that obviously the starter's right in the back because the motor sits sideways. That's substantially better. But I guess you can't win them all. But these Takeuchi machines, I really do like these. They got great power. Just generally speaking, they're really nice machines. Yeah. So leave a comment, subscribe, like, do whatever. If you have any tricks that you know of to get these starters out even easier yet, be sure to post them. I don't do these starters very often. Generally, they're pretty robust. But if you can give some more information, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. I hope I am. Hopefully, whoever does it next, they're in good hands. But that's a wrap for this one. There will be more videos coming when I do the spool valve over here. And yeah, if you guys know any tricks or anything about that, definitely put that in the comments too. I'd be happy to know. But for now, that's it. We'll keep you updated on the progress on this machine. You guys have a good day.